many a shredder in my 15 years here at HSN, but the brand new fine cut shredder category, I think I've maybe been on one time I've had a fine cut shredder because it's so incredibly, you know, brand new and newest. This will shred your credit cards. It has all sorts of advanced features like anti-jamming protection. You don't have to get a lubricant sheet for this. It is available in beautiful colors. There's LED control. The basket is easy to empty. And also, the whole thing only weighs 18 pounds, and it's on wheels to roll it around. It reduces it to the teeniest and tiniest. That's cross-cut. That's micro-cut, which we've had for years, and we've talked about how micro-cut, but I remember when I first started, we did something called strip shredders, where the shreds were like, they were like little strips that you could just put together, tape it together, and the bad guys could be like, oh, that's your social security number. But let's go through the colors. I believe this is this the Portobello?
Yes.
Portobello, yes. And this one is called Cloud Blue, and then the brick red. This one is Juniper, which is like a sage green color, Juniper, and then black. The colors on my card are cinnamon and teal. They're not even in the universe of what this is. So thank you to my producer Kevin for helping me with that, because it's so new, you know, so brand new.
Brand new. I mean, it is the latest technology in shredding, and the most important thing about it being the latest technology in shredding is that it shreds the most completely, the most entirely. So I'll start by showing you, this is the manual shred slot.
That's pretty quiet too.
It really is pretty quiet.
It is pretty quiet.
Especially when you see how it absolutely decimates. I mean, it really does, man. Whatever goes in here does not have a shot. You can do up to 10 pages. So I'll just grab a couple pages here. You can do up to 10 pages at a time through the manual slot feeder in the front. So far, I've just done paper, but now I'm gonna jazz it up a little bit, and we're gonna throw some credit cards in there. So when you get credit cards in the mail and bonus cards and all, you know, all the various programs, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about those. Those can go straight in there as well. Now, I'm gonna go sort of next level again and put some staples in here. I know a lot of people in the past had to take staples out of their mail or out of their whatever they were shredding before they put it in the shredder. You don't have to with this. This can all go through the manual slot. And that's all great, and that's all good, but what's truly exciting about this is the auto doc feeder that's built in. So there's a 110-page auto document feeder, so we can pop this in like so, and now all our medical records, all our credit card statements and offers, our financial information, all of the things that have personal information that, you know, you simply don't want the world to have access to. Your tax documents after 7 years, your junk mail, it can all go in here. And you don't have to curate it. You don't have to do 1 page at a time, 2 pages. You literally can do a stack of 110 pages and forget about it and not worry about it.
And here's like a little tips on when you should be shredding. You know, Aaron, we think about, you know, those sales and ATM receipts, credit card statements, definitely, you know, shred them. Paid utility bills, those are all personal information. Somebody can take one of your utility bills and say, oh, I want to get an apartment here. Here's my utility bill. Pay stubs, bank statements, medical bills, tax documents older than 7 years. You don't need them anymore. What do you do with them? Just crumple them up? No, they've got such personal information, including your social security number. I mean, I will say, you know, all that tax fraud, that's not declining, that's increasing. And that the easiest way is really to just go through your garbage. I know it sounds like who's gonna do that, but we have hosts here at HSN that have had their, I think Marlo has had her identity stolen.
Curdle your blood.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I will tell you, I take a lot of extreme precautions to make sure everything's secure on my end.
You know what? The precautions don't even have to be that extreme now. It's really just as easy as taking whatever has your address, whatever has your social security number, whatever has your bank number, your mail, you take it, You put whatever
I have the
stacks of it you
shredder in
might
my
have around your
house
house.
right next to where I get put my mail.
And then it's done.
Because I'm like shred. I don't even throw anything
You
away.
make it easy on yourself,
Yeah,
right? I will point out, some people don't like to have, I agree, especially when they're this pretty. It's just not a big deal to have it sitting out.
Yeah.
If you don't want it to, it's on casters, so it can roll right out of the way, out of the way very easily.
Especially tax time, it's always time to look up and see what you need to get rid of. It's also space saving.
And it's not just Helen, and it's not just me that think this is a good idea. This isn't, this was not our brainchild.
Right. We're not,
in fact, the federal government, and we have a quote that we're going to show you right now. The federal government, the FTC, recommends identity theft, as we said earlier. We know this to be a problem. The FTC says, quote, there are many steps consumers can take to minimize their risk of being an identity theft victim. For example, consumers should closely guard their social security number. That's important. And should, here we go, shred charge receipts, shred copies of credit applications, and shred other sensitive documents. One of the many ways the FTC recommends to help protect your identity is to shred sensitive documents, as we said, including receipts, credit card offers, credit applications, insurance forms. Shred your physician statements, checks, bank statements, expired charge cards, and any other similar documents before you put them in the trash. So the key is, if anything about you is on that piece of paper, you want to get rid of it. As we get into the season now where a lot of us are signing our kids up for summer camps and all that, you fill out a lot of forms. There's a lot of personal information. The good news is it's really easy to get rid of it all at one time. You just kind of pop it in. Again, your credit card statements and offers, your financial information, anything that has personal information or banking information or numbers that relate to you on it, just get rid of it. And today, with the Finecut Shredder, you're doing it, and I'll show you the shreds after I throw it back to Helen in just a minute or two. I'll show you the shreds. You're doing it in the most complete way, the most entire shred we've done.
All right, and by the way, the black is the most popular. The brick red, most limited. So I'm gonna go through the colors again. This is the Portobello, the Cloud Blue, I think I got it. This is brick, which I think now I'm forgetting this one, Juniper, right?
I always want to call it eucalyptus, but it's juniper.
Juniper, which I'm not even sure what a juniper is, but it's apparently sage green. And then black, which again is the most popular. Don't forget that we're doing free shipping. That is saving you $16 and I believe 47 cents. And the shredder itself is $60 off. So it is $76 off by getting it today because we've got the Today Special from HP. We had a laptop together, the 17-inch touchscreen that came with Microsoft on sale. You can check that out on hsn.com. We have the Today Special printer that's from HP. HP said, uh-oh, I got to come in with a price that's like everything else huge sale. For HP month, you can see back there, we're really doing HP sales this whole month. This shredder is $76 off, including the free shipping and the sale price. It's really, I mean, $60 and then $16 with the shipping being free. It's really a great deal. If you have no shredder at all, this is great. But if you've got an older shredder that's cutting it up in big chunks, if it's getting stuck, but this one doesn't even need that lubrication sheet.
That's a really good point.
Right?
So two of the really nice points about this shredder, there's no assembly. So when you get the printer, when it comes to your house, it's in a box, you open the box, you take it out, it's ready to go. All you do is plug it in. So no assembly required, which is nice. And B, there is no ongoing maintenance. So with many other shredders you may have read, you're supposed to put oil sheets through them to keep them lubricated, etc. You don't have to do that with this shredder. It's not required. It's not recommended. It's not, you don't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So the shredder is simply always ready for you. Now here's the other thing, quick history of shredding. And Helen told me, or told us all just a moment ago that she has in fact sold strip cut shredders. They're not particularly old. The technology has moved along.
Well, I've been here 15 years.
Really quickly. Wow.
I've sold.
I blinked and you were here 15 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
You were here 5 years when I started.
I was here about almost 5 years when you started. That's exactly right. It's crazy. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, strip cuts. This is what the strip cuts are. And then, well, obviously, the problem with the strip cuts is obvious.
You can scotch tape those together.
Yeah, even I'm terrible at jigsaw puzzles, and I could do it.
You
right?
could do it,
so, no problem. Then you've got the cross cut. Cross cut was better. It
a
took
bit
the
more
strips
challenging to steal your identity, yet still possible.
But still, sort of entire phone numbers almost still on individual pieces. Microcut was a huge leap forward. Microcut really does do a much better job at cleaning up the information. But I've got my basket here. I want to show you the comparison. Ready? This is what
I want to see the fine cut. Look at, oh my goodness.
fine cut shreds look like.
It's like a spice mill.
It's like a spice mill is a great,
I mean, they're so tiny. They're tinier than confetti.
It's absolutely, and here's the other good thing about that. Not only is your information more completely decimated, and I'm just gonna sweep it right back into here, but also the air between, get this, the air between the pieces is less. This is kind of a function of physics, is less. So it means you can fit a lot more into the bin before you have to empty it. So you have to empty your bin less because the pieces are smaller, which is a really nice feature as well. When it comes time to empty the bin, actually we'll show you, we have a feature, we call it a B-roll, feature B-roll that we'll show you right now, and emptying it is so easy. You know, literally just dump it out. So the feeder holds about 110 sheets. The paper shreds automatically. There's that auto dock feeder. There's also the 10-sheet manual feed in the front. With the 10-sheet manual feed, you can do credit cards, you can do staples, and you can do all that kind of stuff. That's easy peasy. A built-in window so you can see what shredding, how it's shredding. There's a place to shred credit cards. I just recommend that you keep that towards the middle of the shredder. That's the best place to do it. There's active jamming protection. Very, very rarely jams, but if it does, it's very easy to clear. There's a little LED control center that shows ready, overheat, overfilled. I've never seen one overheat. I guess that's theoretically something that could happen, but I've never seen it happen. And most important, it's that fine cut technology. So it is the finest and the safest shred that HP has been able to offer.
Get out a tweezer if you want to try to see one number or letter on one of them.
Right.
Get out a microscope.
Right.
I mean, this is really the ultimate in security, which is why we get a shredder in the first place. I love that we're doing a huge sale on it as well. I also like how big the bin is. I've had different shredders over the years, and one time I got like a mini shredder, which was really, I thought, oh, this is cute and convenient. I've got to empty that bin so many times that it often gets overflowed, and then it's like, becomes like a part-time job. I like how huge the bin is, and there's like a little peekaboo here that you can kind of see where you're at, and you know when it's time to empty your bin in this little peekaboo right here. So I love that, and that is something that you may think, oh, you know what? I could get a smaller shredder, but you know what? Then you got to empty it constantly. I think this is, and it's also really quiet, and you may not think of that, but it's like the one that I had at home was like, it was like very loud.
It's a strong motor, but I agree, it is quiet. It's a 4.5 gallon bin, which I think is just the ideal size.
Right.
And it does, the auto dock feeder is nice on top, but knowing, and I'll show you after it shreds these last two pieces of paper, knowing that you can fold that away to make it even smaller is a nice thing as well. So when you're not using that auto dock flap, check it, it just folds away. So it's nice and clean. Again, it weighs about 20 pounds. It's on casters, so it's easy to just wheel it right out of the way.
Does it come fully assembled, or do I have to put something together?
Comes fully, so two big things to know. Comes fully assembled, so you literally, the only thing you've got to do is plug it in. And as I mentioned earlier, but I'll mention again, you don't need to do any sort of ongoing maintenance with this, so it does not require lubrication sheets, which again is a technological step forward, I would imagine, than many shredders you've sold in the past.
Right, yes, it is. We had those as an upsell, as we say in the biz, the upsell. All right, well, Aaron, thank you so much. Now, I know you're actually on in the next hour.
I'm on in the next hour. We're going to take another look at the today's special and the 17-inch laptop.
Busy day, my friend. Busy day. Busy day. All right, well, we're going to take a teeny little break. You guys keep shopping for this 857-616. Don't forget that it's $60 off, and then another $16 because you've got free shipping. $76 off our shredder today. Stay tuned. I've got a great item from Bell & Howell coming up next, so stay tuned.